What is up, YouTube? It is me, the Artisan MC, running the errand and sitting in traffic. So I figured I would get out some of these thoughts I had. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. The banner is across the bottom of the screen. The bottom of the screen is for you, not for me. Support what I do. So, got a couple of things to talk about. I was going to talk about them tomorrow anyway, but I'll probably go into more detail tomorrow. But I'll just touch on a few things while I'm sitting in this traffic. So let's see what we got here. What we got in the chat box. Malika said, "Peace, fam. Peace to you, bro." So, Malika, the question to you is: have you seen Supergirl yet, or the ending of Spider-Man Noir or Spider Noir? There's no man on it. I can't read with these on. Get those comments to some destinations. I know, because Facebook is always difficult. I don't need to put comments on Facebook. It's fine. No response from him. Like, he must be working. Anyway, I'll get into it. So, the last day or so, something was kicking around in my head. And I had a good conversation with my old mentor at work, Corey. And me and Corey were just talking, and me and Corey get along really well because Corey is an ex-tradesman. I'm an ex-tradesman. He's Irish. I'm Irish-ish. But we have similar likes, such as photography and stuff like that, and really enjoy getting into stuff. One of the things we were talking about yesterday was World Cup in sports. What did Malika say? Malika said, "I've seen all the Spider-Man Noir. It was good. I have no interest in Supergirl." Malika, you gonna let people down? You don't see Supergirl. I saw Supergirl Wednesday night, and I have been conspicuously silent on what I saw in Supergirl because, one, I was so tired when I came home from watching that damn movie. I sat down and watched the finale of Spider-Man Noir because I needed something to pick me up. Needed something to pick me up after that shit. That was, yeah, it was a yawn. It was a yawn. Got the glare on it. And then I didn't want to be the first to say anything about it. I really wanted to see what everybody else was going to say. I didn't think it would go much different than how they were already thinking about it, but I did want to hear what other people had to say because I already know what I felt about it. And so much so that I was mad I didn't finish reading the comic. I'm like, man, let me sit down tonight and finish reading this comic on Friday night when I got home. I was like, let me finish reading this comic. I have to turn this camera off for a minute because I got glare, and I can see it now. You guys got glare all over the place. Let's get that off the screen. So I purposely did not record a reaction or a review. Purposely, intentionally. I didn't record one yet. I sat on, I knew what I felt. I already took my notes, and I just sat on it. I didn't do it. Didn't do it at all. Now, the reason being is because, and it's not spoiler talk, is I wanted to let other people get their voices out there first, and then I'll talk about it on my show Sunday. All right. So other than that, I just put it to the back of my mind and move the hell on from it because it's out, it's over, it's done with. Cool. You don't have to talk about that shit anymore. Until I talk about it, that'll be the last time I mention it, and then I won't be talking about this shit anymore. God help me, because the problems I had with it made me, like before I left the house to go run this errand, I turned on James Gunn's Superman again, which is like, why? And it's just because it's on Prime, and it's confirming a theory for me that if you look on Prime right now, James Gunn's Superman is pretty high up there. It's in the top 5, right? But all of us who saw it in the theaters already know it's not that good of a movie. It's just not. But yet and still, it's in the top 5 on Prime right now. Well, why? Well, my thinking is more so it's just because people don't want to watch the shit in the movie theater. They are really risk averse, meaning they don't want to plunk down their $25 a head to go to IMAX to watch this shit. They'll listen to YouTube reviewers, influencers, or whatever, watch it, give their response on it, look online, read the Reddit post or X or whatever the hell else. And then they will sit there happy asses at home and watch it in the comfort of their own home on a service they're already paying for. And everybody can watch it for that same price. Which makes sense, which makes economical sense, especially in, economically hard times and whatnot. It makes perfect fucking sense, right? I mean, we said it during COVID a lot, where that realization got to me. People spend all this money on home theater systems and all this shit, and they weren't really using it. They were out at the movie theater the whole time. It was like, so what's the point of spending all that money on this great home theater systems if you're not using it at home? Well, COVID made them use it at home. People got used to that shit. It's fun. One of the things that comes out of COVID is people do a different calculus on what things are worth now. Is it worth being out at the movies, popcorn, irritating people, kids, the fees and all that stuff? Is it worth being out at the movie theater, spending all that money to go see a movie that you can watch within less than 30 days at home, on your couch, on your theater system? It's not worth it. The math don't math. So people have decided to watch more movies at home, which is where I think a lot of these movies nowadays will end up finding their audience, right? The fact that Superman is in the top 5 on Amazon Prime, when it hit HBO Max first, and it did terrible in the theaters, tells me the audience for that thing did not show up. Did not. They were waiting in the wings, waiting at home. They could sit 30 days and wait. It wasn't that big of a deal. So my thinking is that, yeah, especially with bad and boring movies, yeah, if it doesn't grab you, Malika, on the trailer, and it doesn't seem like you need to be in the theaters to see that shit, trust and believe people ain't showing up to go see it in the movie theaters. There's no point. There is no point. There's too much other stuff happening, too many other things going on for you to actually set aside. I told you guys, most of these movies that have sucked and have bombed really bad, you wonder who's actually watching the shit. And I told you guys, it's all us reviewers. That's who's going to watch the movies. All of us reviewers. All of us that sit on YouTube and talk about movies and shit like that have to go and see these movies. because the vast majority of us don't get screeners. So we're going out to the movies, spending, our sub cash to go out and watch this movie, and then come back online and tell you guys what we saw, what we thought of it. That's how they get in any numbers whatsoever. And because you can scroll around YouTube right now and just count the number of YouTube streamers who just review movies there are, you can tell this is where the numbers for this shit is coming from. That's not the casual audience. That's like all the reporters feeding at a trough. Like, we're the ones come to see it because we're the ones that have to talk about it to the multitudes of people who will not come to see the shit. It is what it is, right? Okay. It's like confirmation bias. Why would I spend my $20 to go watch shit when I know my favorite you go to the theater and watch it? I'll just wait to see what they have to say. And if they say it was shit, that's exactly what I thought it was. I'm glad I didn't spend my $20 to do it, but appreciate your sacrifice. That's all it is. So things like the Marvels and stuff like that, if you could actually account for how many YouTubers went and saw that shit, I think you'll see those numbers drop significantly. Because that's worldwide. So I think Supergirl is going to have a bigger audience as soon as it hits streaming than it does in the movie theaters. I can tell you that much. And it's not because Millie Alcott looks like the thing from The Last of the Lost in one picture. Millie Alcott is not ugly. I told you, Millie Alcott is cute to me. She has funny jaws to me. She got horse jaws to me. But it doesn't make her ugly. Any stretch of the imagination. And she's fine acting. I know that because I watched her on House of the Dragon, which is why I liked her for Supergirl. Now, it does look funny having a 5'0" kicking a bunch of dudes' ass, and we've had problems with that for the last 10 years of the MCU movies. But the caveat for this character is that, she's a Kryptonian. But yeah, whatever. It's still not rocking my world. What do I can say? Okay, you changing the stream. Yeah, 3 titles up on here. None of us about this. Furious compared to Superman and Superman. Furious was a damn fine movie. But Furious knew exactly what it was, and you're not worried about the Furious building a universe. You're not. You checked into that movie, you got the basic premise of it, or you didn't know whatsoever outside of the fact you knew it was coming from Asia and people were going to be using martial arts. You sat down in the Furious and they let you tell you a very straightforward, simple story, and you were rooting for that dude the whole time. To one, get his daughter back, and to two, kick some people's asses, whoever took her. You're rooting for him in that respect. It is so much weight going into a Superman movie and a Supergirl movie just to do all this building work that I think they overlook the fact that the movie actually has to be good. That's the problem. This is why I don't think everything needs to just be preloaded with a trilogy in mind. Dude, do the first movie decent and figure out the trilogy part if the first one works. You can leave some breadcrumbs, some minor things that can go on in a second movie if you get one. But don't run into this thinking it needs to be a trilogy up front. It doesn't. You need a solid movie overall. If you wrote a decent enough story, there should be some plot threads that you can pick up and stitch together to go forward into your second movie. Because trust me, John Wick, don't think John Wick was made in the idea of doing 4 movies. There's no way. There's no way. But after the success of John Wick, because it ended in a satisfying way to where you say, okay, he got this dude, he got all of this, man, he fucked that up. And he got a new dog. Cool. Walking off into the shadows. What's going to happen next? Second movie came about. You saw what happened next. They picked it up right from there and kept going. If you think you can plan a success like that in movies, then you already fucked up. Certain movies became successes that Hollywood never thought anything of. How do you account for that? The accounting on it is that they never believed in it, so they weren't paying that much damn attention to it. And the people who were making it believed in it, and they poured all their efforts into making that first movie. Blade 1 was not made with the idea of doing a trilogy. They didn't even know if it'll work. But they knew they had a bankable star, actors in it, and a director. Let's get it done. The shit worked. Then they came back with a number 2. Like, oh, fuck. We got to do another one of those. Yeah, you do. That's how you let the audience determine that shit for you and not you determining it for the audience. Like, we're going to give you 3 of these. Maybe I didn't like this shit. We're going to give you 3 of these. Perfect example of this is Rings of Power, since we still talk about Prime. Why are we watching another season of Rings of Power, or why are you guys watching another season of Rings of Power? I stopped watching that shit after the first season. I rarely stop watching stuff. I will usually finish it out. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Couldn't barely finish the first season. The shit was just driving me crazy. No, I can't. I'm taking in too much. Taking in too much. I've had enough. You waterboarded me enough with this bullshit. I'm done. So understand that when you hear your criticism of the Supergirl movie, understand how much heavy lifting it was doing beyond just being a Supergirl movie. It was out the gate with hate. I mean, for real. It's like the Mando and Grogu. I told you, I don't mind Mando. I don't mind Grogu. That movie was not going to do well. And not because I don't like the characters, because all the bullshit around the studio putting this movie out and why they're putting it out. Yes, they're trying to do a cash grab on the fans that they have for this little bit. But the fans that they do have are really pissed off at them for all the other shit that they've done. So this movie cannot succeed. It cannot. And it didn't. I saw it. It wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it wasn't a terrible movie either. It had about as straightforward of a fucking premise as The Furious. The only difference is it had that puppet show in the middle of the fucking movie. It's like, yeah. Oh, well, I like Grogu, but I had like 15 minutes of his ass. This is not Jim Henson, okay? This is not Kermit the Frog sitting on a lily pad in the middle of the swamp singing. It's not. It's not that damn compelling. Grogu don't even fucking talk, and that's why. If he talked, it'd be interesting. And that's the difference between people loving Baby Yoda because he's cute, or Grogu because he's cute, and people liking Yoda because he dispensed some wisdom. Because Yoda fucking talked. Grogu didn't. That's why there's a disconnect between people who love Star Wars and Grogu. The motherfucker don't talk. He gonna have to say something. Even if he said daddy by the end of the movie, you'd have been happy with that. But he doesn't say anything. We have no connection to him. There is nothing we really, it's just a puppet. Legitimately, it's just a puppet. Because I tell you this, the 15 minutes that Grogu was on the screen by himself in the Mando movie, I would trade that for 15 minutes of the Muppet Show, a Muppet movie, Fraggle Rock, Dark Crystal, any of that shit. I would trade it for 15 minutes of that because the difference is the 15 minutes in all them other shows actually have dialogue. Fuck, even Malika, man, make it hard on him. Yeah, even E.T. Even E.T. by the end of the movie said Elliot. He said some other shit too, but at least E.T. actually spoke. Grogu doesn't speak. And that's what makes it such a disconnect for people because you can't communicate with this little motherfucker. All you're doing is talking at it. It's like, man, I was down for the make believe for a minute, but this is going too long. This is going way too long. Everybody in the world and outside of the world just talks at this fucking thing. It doesn't respond back. And if you don't think that's the deal, how long do people play with babies that don't talk? Okay, that's enough. Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, okay, let's hand his ass back. Give him back to his parents and let me go on with my life because as a human being, I need some interaction. And if this motherfucker ain't got nothing to say back, then I have nothing to say to him. So, same kind of setup. And Mando and Grogu was just reversed. The son had to go get his daddy back. Movie did worse than the Furious. Why? They both had fight scenes. Both had fight scenes. Shit, Lateef Crowder could have been right in the Furious, right next to Brian Lee kicking ass or getting his ass beat. Either way. Just wasn't as good. Why? Well, he got a lot of weight coming with it. And a lot of that weight is people's distaste for Lucasfilms and what they've done to Star Wars right now. Supergirl is the same way. She's carrying a lot of baggage right now. James Gunn has pissed some people off, the fan base, namely. Superman was a wet fart. Supergirl was the wet queef. Just what it is. And he can say all day long that, he didn't direct the shit, but it looks like him and everybody else's movie thrown together in a blender. Yes. Movie by AI. So it was just boring. It was. It was just boring. And me telling you that when I came home, the first thing I did was turn on Spider-Man Noir and watch that finale should be telling enough. I didn't even want to do the review. I just sat down and watched something else better. Crush it. So I'll finish powering through the graphic novel today, so I can really put it together in my review of what they really just fucked up. Like, how far off the mark were they? So I even bought the damn book, was to read it before the movie came out. I couldn't bring myself to read that shit. Now I've seen the movie. I know what it is. Let's read the book and power that out and see what the hell the story actually was. And that's all it is. How far off the mark were they? And in what parts? Informed review. As opposed to just a reaction. Yeah, cute doesn't keep. Look, Malika, we grown men. We are grown ass men. You can meet a woman out somewhere is she can attract your eye. She can be cute and everything else, right? She ain't even got to be super fine. She could just be really cute, cutely dressed, all the rest of that shit. She got tennis shoes and sweatpants on. It don't matter. If you start talking to her and the stuff that comes out of her mouth sounds like something out of a 10-year-old, you're not going to be interested in her anymore. Because just like you said, cute does not keep you interested. It doesn't. You might not even want to sleep with her. After that, like, you know what? Yeah, I got some other things to do. I really do. I have some other things to do. That's more important. I use this phrase multiple times because it was funny. But what's a pretty plate with nothing on it? What's a pretty plate with nothing on it? It ain't a damn meal, I can tell you that much. It's not. It's just something that looks nice, but has no substance. Nothing to fill you up, nothing to make you feel good, nothing. Will it give you strength? Will it give you energy? None of that shit. It's just there to look cute. And a lot of people get by on just that. Sorry, I ain't one of them, so I don't give a shit about that. All right. I need to pop out of this vehicle real quick to run my errand. Y'all give me like 3 minutes real quick. Not to make you jump ahead of your analysis of the movie. But how was Momoa's version of Lobo? Malika, give me yeah, because I'm not gonna review the movie now. I'm just giving you tidbits. I'll talk about it tomorrow. But yeah. Give me 3 minutes. I gotta do this transactional wheel trick. What's a good studio? Hold on, real time. What's it? All right, y'all. Sorry about that. I am back. Do my transaction. Now I can get my gas and get this car washed because the birds at my parking spot love my car. I've washed my car. This will be the third time this week I've washed my car. Because as soon as I park it back at home, them birds like, oh man, that's a nice paint job, buddy. Blah, blah, blah. Shit on my shit right after I wash it. Right after. So instead of getting the shotgun and sitting out there waiting to blow their ass off the line, I have to think of another solution. But in the meantime, I still need to wash my goddamn car again to get this bird shit off of it. Because it's not nice having a nice big clean hood, good paint, and big white bird shit all over the front of it. Like these motherfuckers, vicious. They didn't do this to the toaster. They didn't do that to the toaster. The toaster oven though, oh they shit on this motherfucker all the time. Like damn, even the birds is haters. Even the birds is hate. And shit on my little car, but this one they taking aim every time it pull up. So I gotta fix something. Right now it is get that go-go juice and that car wash done, and your boy will be somewhat happy. Then I can go back home and some headache medicine and a pizza and watch some World Cup after I bitched for a long time about how I don't watch sports on TV because it bores me. All right. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, y'all. All right. 1 more second. Flying rats. Like flying rats hate me. Jason Momoa as an actor, as a person, he seems pretty fun. Again. You guys can hear me. Give me a 1 real quick. Let's try this again. If you can hear me this time, press 1. It's not me. I just keep StreamYard keeps crashing. I think it's because my car is trying to start my audiobook or music. Every time I turn it on, it wants to start music first. And so when I'm doing something else, it fights with each other, which is going to dominate. Okay, Malika got me. All right, I'm back. I'm about to roll through this car wash and roll through the car wash and drive back home. So Malika had asked me about Lobo. Jason Momoa. I like Jason Momoa as an actor. I like him for what I know of him as a person. He seems to be pretty fun, pretty cool dude. I like his taste in women. Lisa Bonet and Adrian Arjonas. Bro, you got my props. You got my props. That's one of the reasons why I like Prince. I like his taste in women. Oh, my goodness. Bro, you can get them, get them. Thanks for bagging them. Stroke it one time for me, cousin. So, him as being Lobo. I told you guys this before. I know who Lobo is. I have some experience with Lobo, but Lobo was never one of those things that I was overly fond of because he looks like a rip-off amalgam of a bunch of other Marvel characters to me anyway. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, namely. So the whole thing with him being a Zarnian and being immortal and he's just a badass and shit like that, it's like, okay. Okay, whatever. It's like saying Bronze Tiger can beat Batman, and Bronze Tiger is not a metahuman. He's just a black dude. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I believe you. Now, what else am I supposed to care about? That's it. So, Jason Momoa playing Lobo, he has looked like Lobo forever, and he does everything that Lobo does: drinks, smokes, rides motorcycles, has that long hair and shit like that, and that attitude. Okay, finally, it's like Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool. It's like, yeah, finally, that's who should have been playing. It works. So I didn't overly care about that. Did he add something to the movie? Yes, he did add something to the movie. Did he need to be in it longer? It's not his fucking movie. No, he doesn't need to be in it longer. Would a solo movie with him work? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it would be something that you would watch and be bored with. If you wanted to do a series or something like that with him, maybe a short series, like 4 episodes or something on a Max or some shit, that might be fine. But I don't see him carrying a whole movie just on Lobo himself. Hell no. Why? No. Could it happen? Maybe I could be wrong, and I'm fine with it. Everybody can be wrong. Do I think it will happen? No. And do I think it will be good? No. Why would it? You're gonna need a hell of a lot of fan service in that motherfucker. It's gonna look like a Superman movie, a James Gunn Superman movie. Mean, yeah, Lobo's name is on the title, but a whole bunch of other people show up in it. And if you don't like the idea of, oh, she's not even married. If you don't like the idea of Supergirl having her own movie because she's a B or C list character, what sense does it make to do this no name character in their own movie? The fuck sense does it make to do Lobo in his own movie? Nah, bro. It'd be like Iceman having his own movie. And I like Iceman. I wouldn't watch a whole movie with just him. No. You can't even sell a comic by itself. No. So, no. Nope, nope, nope. He's better as a supporting character, and that's fine. He's a good supporting character. If he shows up into somebody's story, it's always a little bit more happy. It makes it more fun. Does he actually need his own shit? No. Because why? Getting vibes off this little Latina behind me. The one I said was cute. I've decided what the little bubbles on her back was is that she was doing the suction cup therapy shit. You know, where you had the little bowls, little glass bowls, and you burn a candle inside of it and you put it down on the body and it does the suction cup thing. And it's supposed to relieve stress and stuff. That's what those circles on her lower back was because she has this flowing sundress and it's open on the back so you can see all her back and stuff. And I saw those little circles down by her butt and her waist. So I'm like, okay, that's the suction cup therapy. But she in the car behind me having a good time singing and stuff like that. She got a big old nice fish mouth. Wide mouth. Probably means she sucked dick. Probably means she can suck a good dick. But she animated. She's fun. It's just her and a little girl in the car, but she don't have a wedding ring on. But Latinas out here don't always have wedding rings on when they have an actual man. And that usually means they are still traditional from over the border. They won't have a wedding ring. Americanized ones will have a wedding ring. Because she got rings on a lot of fingers. Not one of them is her wedding finger. But she got a nice little petite body and shit. So, would be fun. Anyway, side notes. So yeah, I'll get off of Supergirl because I'm not giving spoilers, and I'll talk about it tomorrow in more detail. Because tonight I'll probably do my review. So by tomorrow morning, after I leave to go play League, the review will come out, and you guys can listen to the review. Outside of me talking shit about it on my show. Once I'm looking at the Latina in the review. FIFA. Back to the story about me and my boy Corey talking. I was enjoying last night and the day before. I was hearing about all these people, these Europeans and stuff who've come to America and really having a good time in America. And they've only showed up to America in large numbers because of the World Cup and whatnot, right? And I wasn't understanding what was happening with the World Cup. I didn't know why all these people were here. But then I saw a video yesterday about, okay, the places where the World Cup is happening, and it's happening all over the place. Mexico, Canada, the U.S. You know, people are teams. Different states have sponsored teams, and different teams have come there to practice, and then they play their World Cup games there. I'm not understanding fully how that shit works, but it's the World Cup, so they don't have to have their own one stadium and everybody just filter through that one. Either way, it doesn't matter. But some of these teams have been sponsored in South, Middle America. We got like 8 of them here in California, which I don't know why. Yeah, dude, it's fucking California. It's Mexico. Mexico was close. And I've been enjoying watching the videos on Instagram of Europeans and Asians coming to America for the first time for this World Cup shit and actually seeing that what they've heard of America was a damn lie. And they really enjoy it. 1 second.
Please enter your. Thank you. When the wash is ready.
So, watching these videos yesterday, I actually end up having a better feeling myself about how impressed these people were with stuff that we just take for granted all the time. And it hits on a point that I usually make with people, you know, my friends that get a little bit more depressed and stuff like that with life and whatnot, is that you're in a great place. You have to stop and look around it sometimes in the famous Ferris Bueller lines that I really took as a model. Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop to look around sometimes, you can miss it. You can. Americans take for granted a lot of the stuff that we have because it's just commonplace. Like, perfect example. If I said, let's go out drinking tonight, and after which we're going to go to Taco Bell, most Americans will know, man, that's probably a bad goddamn idea. What are you thinking? Taco Bell? Ooh, bro. If you in California, people will tell you, what the hell, go to the food truck over here. You know, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea because you're going to end up throwing up somewhere in the morning or later that night. You're going to end up throwing up somewhere. Taco Bell does not mix with alcohol, especially hard alcohol. Don't do that. Don't do that unless you want to be sick. Well, we know here because we live with it every day. Taco Bell is not the best pseudo Mexican food you can get. It's not. It just isn't. But to somebody from another country who comes here and doesn't have Taco Bell at all, doesn't have fast food, don't know real Mexican food, to come here and see that shit like, oh man, what is this? And how much does this cost? Wow, this is pretty cheap in America. What is this? Oh my God, this is huge. It's a big deal. It's a lot. Seeing videos of people being amazed like that is heartwarming in a sense. It's heartwarming in a sense for the country you live in. Because we have this shit all the time. This ain't special. And that's what it is. You kind of laugh at yourself when you see them being all excited about something like that, like a Taco Bell. And like, say, man, you ain't had nothing yet. You need to get out a little bit more. Taco Bell? Oh, fuck it. That's fast Mexican food. They got a drive-through. Half the time, it ain't even real Mexicans working in there. Like, come on, man. It's the bottom of the basement, and they're amazed by that shit. Bottom of the basement, and they're amazed by that shit. So it gives you a little bit of perspective on your culture and their culture. What's good about your culture and what is not so good about their culture, how limited they are and what they actually have and the options they have available. And I'm telling you, watching the videos of them Asian people and them Europeans, damn, I can't believe what them Europeans eat. They still are eating gruel. They still are eating gruel. That the monarchy is still giving them, little bit of nothing. Like, damn, y'all is struggling over there. Now, the point that it brings home is fun. It'll sound funny as hell, but how I was just saying that what the bottom of the basement is here for us is a huge deal to somebody coming from another country here. It's the same way men feel when we go abroad, and the bottom of the basement respect that women give men abroad is what we get, because it's not what we get when we here. Like, holy shit. Not to my horn, I'm a very humble dude, right? But I have to think about my blessings in a lot of times of what I've done. I work my ass off. I work more than 80 hours a week. I have in the years made more than 6 figures. I have. I'm driving a car brand new that nobody else has had for this model year. I have my own place. My kids are grown. I got a grandchild, decent job, all of that shit. But there are some bitches here that wouldn't fuck with me. I'm not even ugly. Not even ugly. They have decent hygiene. There's some bitches that wouldn't even fuck with me. But make no mistake about it, going to a different culture, I'd be looked at as a fucking prize. Somebody would be trying to offer me their damn daughter, their sister who ain't married. Something. Oh, no, that's a decent dude. Fuck wrong with you, bitch? Better get on that shit. It just goes to show that you always have to look at things from another person's perspective and appreciate what it is that you have where you are. It could be worse or it could be better. Now, for a lot of these people in these other developed nations, mind you, there's stuff in China or Japan that we don't have as Americans. I'd be like, man, I want to see that. I want to do that. Cultural impact, everything else, right? His sense of history, some love, all of that. Sorry. But also, there's a lot of things that we have that they don't. And that's how you make the difference in the correlation. It's about how cultures are different and how you're the same. Because I can tell you one thing that's the same. All of these cultures, these nations that are here for this World Cup, why you can find such a feeling of pride and everybody is happy and having a good time, because they here representing they turf. It ain't about shitting on you, but they here to represent, this is where we from. This is what we do. And it ain't nothing but playing football or soccer. Running around in a big grassy field, kicking a ball and being amazed at how people play, how much stamina they got, and are they bringing pride to their culture, to their country. What's wrong with that? Do I really believe, watching this stuff, do I really believe that those people, the Europeans, the Asians and stuff like that, that have come here, Senegalese and all of that, they don't have problems with their country? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. And coming over to America and getting the culture shock of a lifetime and like, man, these motherfuckers is nice over here. And everybody ain't running around with pistols on their hips shooting folks in the street. What the hell is that? Yes. I'm sure it's a huge culture shock. Because if you've been lied to for so long and you don't ever get the opposite side of the story or get to see it for yourself, you just believe lies. You just believe a lie until that lie is confronted with reality. And the reality is Americans like money. And if you're going to come from another country and spend money with them, fine. They don't care. I've said it for a long time. The only color Americans are not racist. They respect green just like everybody else. And if you ain't got green, they don't like talking to your ass. But if you got some money, they can fuck with you. Especially if you're about your hustle. Especially then. So watching all of this stuff, you'll hear the Europeans talking shit about their country. One video I was watching, a little French dude talking shit. He wanted his cost, the Costco that he saw was bigger than his fucking village. Like, damn. Damn. He said he wanted to start a revolution to get a Costco in France. I'm like, why don't you have a Costco in France? Do you not produce your own food and stuff? A big box store is something that you can't have? Why not? That's an American staple, bro. That's strip mall, a big box store, drive-throughs. That's not no big shit here. That's commonplace. Y'all can't have that? Yeah, y'all need to talk to your government. What the hell is the problem? What the hell's the problem? If you can't get a Costco, what's wrong with some other business in your country starting what a Costco is in your country? What's the problem? Get on the stick. But the difference is a lot of these countries are socialists or communists. They don't get that kind of shit. They don't. That same system everybody talks shit about that live here and talk about we're so this and so that same system that they shit on the whole time is the reason why you in this country talking that shit. And people from another country is coming here like, man, you got it. You got it all. What the fuck? While the Europeans is here amazed at the fact that they can have pancakes, eggs, and bacon on some big ass platter from a Waffle House and not eating beans and toast for breakfast. Beans and fucking toast for breakfast? Who want that shit? Oh, hell. They were talking about what they were eating. I was listening to this dude that was from Cuba. He's been in America for a year and a half. He moved to America. He was talking about what he had in Cuba under actual totalitarian or actual dictator, and what Americans call dictatorship. And he was talking about the one tube of toothpaste that they had. That's usually some black brown shit, and you got one tube for the family of 5. I'm like, what? I could see being broke doing that, nigga. But I got more tubes of toothpaste than that just by myself. The one I'm using, the one in reserve in the cabinet, the 2 small tubes that's in my luggage for traveling, my overnight bag for work, my traveling bag for trips. Are you fucking kidding me? 1 bar soap for the family of 5? Huh? No shower gel, no, like, god damn, no wonder the people in these other countries stink. You mean you have nobody creative or inventive enough to figure that shit out? No. Their culture and their government don't allow creativity. But we evil. Bro, I can go out here with a gallon of water and some lemons and make lemonade and get it popping. in this country. And people would either choose to pay for it or not pay for it. But the option is that I can do that and earn money. Fuck, if you want to be rude about it, I could be a panhandler out here just begging people for money all day and make money. Them motherfuckers in them other countries can't even do that. Maybe I don't read the dictionary so well because I have a different idea from history and reading, understanding what words mean of what totalitarianism and dictatorships look like and what they mean. This ain't it. This is not it. You keep trying to push it in those ways of communism and socialism, but this ain't it. Look at that. I go to another goddamn car wash and blow these goddamn dry turds off my car. God damn it. I need a solo car wash now. Here goes another fucking $6. Another $6 goddamn dollars to blow these dried up bad turds off my fucking car. Son of a bitch. I think after that I gotta go to Home Depot and get me a tarp to put over my car when I park it overnight. Fucking asshole birds. Oh, I want to put super glue on their assholes. Anyway, the videos of the visitors to this country and the places that they've come to and the things that they're amazed by make me actually feel good. It does make me feel good. Like the one I liked the most, because I related to it, was this European dude, this dude from the UK and his wife. And they went to Yosemite. They were in Texas and went to Buc-ee's. Now, I became a believer of Buc-ee's while I was in Georgia because my coworkers that were from Texas knew what a Buc-ee's was. I had never seen a goddamn Buc-ee's. Didn't know anything about it, could care less about it. But their advertising game is on point. When I'm driving 20 miles down the road and every 5 to 10 miles, another black sign with this damn beaver on it, let me know, hey, you getting sleepy? We got coffee over here. Got coffee in 10 miles. Oh, you want a snack? We got these snacks in 5 miles. Their advertising campaign is on point. That shit, that psychological priming is on point. Like, I just laugh about it. Like, it's funny. You see that black sign, you know, he's like, you're almost there. We coming up in 20 miles. Like, God damn it, I'm waiting on you, Buck. I'll be there, man. Stop bothering me. I'm coming. But going in the store myself, my homeboy, my coworker told me it's an experience. Going to Buc-ee's is an experience. I'm like, it's just store, man. It's just retail. He was fucking right. Because when I did go in there and saw how big that bitch was, how many pumps was outside, they had every kind of fuel you could fill up with. Like, shit. It's a lot of people going in and out. There's a lot of things happening. Once I got inside of there, boy, I smelled this. I love the smell of commerce in the morning, like money moving. It is teeming with people like a goddamn anthill. It's all kind of stuff in there to get. Once I had that experience, it became a believer because, trust me, I walked into Buc-ee's and went in there 2 times in the same trip. I went out to the parking lot, brought out what I got that first time. What did you get there? I didn't see those in there. Where were those at? Those are, man, I got to go back inside. Ran back in the store. I don't do that. I don't do that. I am a strategic, well planned out person. I know what I'm getting before I even get in the store. Went in there, got what I want, get the hell out. But no, at Buc-ee's, I think I had to go back twice. Didn't even leave the parking lot. I didn't see those in there, man. Oh man, I gotta go back. I gotta go back in there. Nigga, Bucky's got me. Now, after that last Tiger team and I did, nice ass address. I just mark off the Bucky's that I've been to now. That's what I do. When I travel, I already get refrigerator magnets because they're cheap souvenirs to get from every place that you've been, right? And everybody sells them. If you just want to wait till you get to the airport, they're always at the airport. You can get them at the airport. But it's stuff I put back on my refrigerator when I get back home. Like, okay, bam, Amarillo was on there. Bucky's do the same shit. It'll say where it's from on it. I'm like, oh, that sold American. Sold American. Give me that shit. Y'all know I did a stream when I was in New Mexico. I drove for 2 hours at night after work to go to Amarillo, Texas, to go to the Bucky's to get beaver nuggets, jerky, and coffee. That was an experience, dude. That was a fun experience. So watching these Europeans on Instagram going into a Bucky's for the first time for them, it blew their fucking mind. Blew their mind. Boy, they was like kids in a candy store. Everything was going in the basket. Everything. They wasn't getting shit but food. Look, they got out to the car. They start opening that brisket sandwich. My mouth was watering. I know what that tastes like. I miss that shit. Like, I'm so mad Californians doesn't have a Bucky's here. Like, why the fuck, dude? Y'all do some of the dumbest shit here. I love my state, but y'all do some dumb shit here, man, that don't make no sense. Ain't giving nobody nothing that they like. God damn. That brisket sandwich looked like about 6 inches thick, and it wasn't all bread. It was meat. I don't know about you, but I'm an omnivore. I can have a big salad and a big ass brisket sandwich at the same time and give no fucks about it. Wash it down with a beer or a gallon of water. It doesn't matter, man. All of this shit is good and it's all tasty to eat. She was sitting up there eating that sandwich. It was just blowing her hair back. Blowing her hair back. She didn't know nothing about the beaver nuggets. I was like, get them motherfuckers. You better get them beaver nuggets. If I could have those shipped to me, I would on a monthly basis. Because DoorDash don't deliver from Texas to California. I wish they did. But as soon as I get out the borders and get close to a motherfucker like that, boy, where's the Bucky's? I gotta go. I need to show up. Like, for real, I just need to show up. Now, the people that I heard from, people that live in Texas, going to Bucky's is like an event. It's like an event. They don't do it all the time. But when they do, motherfucker, they show up and drop some bread in that bitch. I'm telling you, everything is in there. I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't look for it in there. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bucky got his own brand of condoms in that bitch. I wouldn't be surprised. But if I can get me some fishing gear, a good fish hat, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, some beaver nuggets, coffee, beer, all in the same go, I don't have to go anywhere else. And the shit is fresh. I just watched this dude cook this damn brisket, cut it off, chop it up on the board, and throw it on the bread. Man, I want that one. I want that one. That one right there. He got them good marbleized pieces in it. Give me that one right there. I want that one. Get the fuck out of here, man. To see that and know it's an experience for me as an American, and then to see it from the UK perspective, from somebody from the UK, that they don't have shit like that at all, I'm like, boy, you guys are limited. You are really limited. And there's people here in America that be praising y'all right, left, and center because they think they would be part of the king's court if they lived in the UK, not knowing they would be peasants. Fucking idiots, dude. Like, unappreciative motherfuckers. Yeah, Malika, commerce and information overload. It's one thing to talk about people's brains being blown. It's another thing to see somebody's brain being blown. Completely something else. You can see it in their eyes like, oh my fucking God. Oh my God. They might be. You get them in enough other states, they will be. California bitch ass wouldn't want you to have them because we got the nanny state. No, you can't eat that. That's bad for you. No, you can't. You shouldn't want to drink that pop. So we're gonna raise the taxes on that bitch. So now it's $3 for you to get a little 16-ounce soda. I know it's bad, motherfucker. I'm a grown up. I'm not stupid. Well, we got to do this for the other people who don't know it's bad. Fuck them. They ain't got shit to do with me. And maybe their parents should teach them something. Well, everybody doesn't have the same things. Oh my goddamn God. Because it's not communism, you idiot. No. I like the simple pleasures in life. Meaning, exercise one of my freedoms is to get the shit that I want. And what I would like to have some goddamn beaver nuggets. And a nice brisket sandwich. That shit is so good. My homeboy Alec at work, my coworker, that we've done the Tiger Teams together. All I gotta do is say it to him. Brisket on the board. He missed that shit too. How do you miss a shopping experience? How do you miss that? How do you miss an experience of spending your damn money on something? How do you miss that? Because mind you, it's not an amusement park. There are no rides. There are no clowns. There's a stuffed beaver, but he walking around, he just waving at people. It's none of that shit. It's a store. And you go in and spend money. But I had a good enough experience in that store spending my damn money that I will go and do that shit anywhere the store is for what they offer. Being friendly. The fucking bathrooms being cleaner than the airport. People in there with smiles on their faces by the truck wheel. Good, fresh food. Good, fresh food. Boy, that shit took me back. I told you, when I walked in there, it took me back. It took me back to being a kid, walking into Kmart and smelling the sweets in there, smelling cotton candy being made, fresh fudge and stuff. That shit took me back. And fresh barbecue indoors? Oh my God, dude. No, I need some of all of that because that smells delicious, nigga. That has to be a smacker. You need to put that on the label. This one is a smacker. Like, no. Too good. When people got that shit, probably don't even want to leave. Now, the funniest part about all of that shit is something I can care less for, but it is seeing apparently the European obsession with ranch dressing. That shit is hilarious to me. Absolutely hilarious to me. Like, I was sitting there listening to that shit like, what? Oh, yeah, they trying to smuggle ranch dressing back to the UK and getting stopped by the TSA. I'm like, bullshit. Until I saw the news report. I'm like, oh. Like, please put it in your check luggage. This is over so many ounces, man. You cannot bring this through your carry-on. No, put it in your check luggage and put it in a plastic bag, please. Like, man, it's about to be. You about to tell me there's about to be a run on ranch dressing? I don't even like ranch dressing like that. I'm blue cheese all day, man. I'll have ranch dressing. If it's a vegetable platter or something like that, some baby carrots and shit like that, there's ranch dressing sitting there. Yeah, I got some wings, some hot wings or something like that. You just got ranch? Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I'll have the ranch. Usually, anytime other than that, I don't fuck with ranch dressing. I'm making a salad, it'll never get touched. There is no ranch dressing in my house. But these motherfuckers is coming over here being amazed by the store in and of itself. How big it is, how many options there are, how much is on the shelves and shit like that. I'm like, oh yeah, have at it, man. This is usual here. We make this shit. But then they buy us so much of this shit, they put it in their luggage to bring it back home with them. I'm like, the struggle is real for ranch dressing? For ranch? Hell, you know we got a lot of different dressings here. Ranch. That shit was making me laugh, man. It was making me laugh. It was doing my heart good to have a good laugh about that shit because it seems so minuscule, minute, something so trivial like salad dressing. Wait, y'all praise these motherfuckers in the UK so much. They ain't even got ranch dressing, my nigga. Ain't even got ranch dressing. It ain't hard to make. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You really don't know how limited other people are when you kissing their ass. Unbelievable, bro. Like, let them have that shit, man. Go. Take that shit with you. And take some of this barbecue sauce, too. Take some of this barbecue sauce, because definitely, if you ain't got no ranch dressing, you ain't got no Kinder's barbecue sauce. That means they don't know shit about no lemon pepper. They don't know shit about lemon pepper. They might not know anything about teriyaki. I don't know. Take this shit. Take it with you, man. Start a revolution. Fucking hell, dude. Food with flavor. I'm like, what? I haven't been to Europe yet. But don't make me go to Europe and find out, like some of my friends who have been to Europe have told me, the food is kind of bland. Like, the fuck? How are you supposed to be the pinnacle of cuisine and your food is fucking bland? The hell is that? Oh, hell no, dude. Hell no. You want to piss me off at the table, you serve me some bland ass fucking food. Uh-uh. I don't use a lot of spices. I don't use hot sauce on foods because I want to taste the food. I want to see how it tastes. It has to have flavor. It has to be seasoned well. You mean to tell me motherfuckers in Europe on that side of the world don't know how to season food? Holy shit. No wonder the spice trade was such a big deal back in the days. Because their food is bland. It's just rich. Shit you feed shit. Oh no. A hard time. We gonna have a real hard time. Y'all smuggling ranch, I might have to be smuggling some hot sauces. Some hot sauce. Some shit I can make myself. Because I have a problem eating like a local while I'm there for a little bit, but I'm gonna need some real food with some real seasonings. And if I gotta import this shit, like what is this? At customs, it's like motherfucker, it's Italian seasonings. Some basil, some herbs, paprika, little shit. Should I mix up on my own? It's not a drug. It's not a controlled substance. Struggle is real. But this is what happens when All of this is good to make me laugh on and make me feel proud to be an American, because the idea that I'm struggling with this week is that why is it shameful to be proud to be an American? Why is it a shame? Why is it a shameful thing? And I know I'm black. I can look in a mirror, right? But really thinking about that, why does it have to be shameful? Just because of fucked up shit your country did? Everybody's country has done some fucked up shit. Take that crap that happened over in Africa. I'm forgetting the country off the top of my head. But when, the Hutus and the Tutsis was going at it, they killed up a bunch of people. Do you think the people that are still left there are embarrassed to be from their country? Or will shit and talk crap about their goddamn country? I haven't seen any German people that are not proud to be German. Even though one of the greatest evils of our time has come from there. There's still Germans there that say they're German. Russian, Ukrainian, all of that shit. Countries, because of governments, can do some fucked up shit. But that don't make it all of them. Does it? There's always people who don't agree. Always. But if your worldview is related only to politics, you can never be together on anything. Never. Never. Politics is one part of that shit. It's not the whole deal. When I watch all this stuff with the World Cup and when I see people dancing out in the street in our country and waving their flags and being happy and shit like that, I don't take that as an insult to me. I don't. I take it as them being happy and proud to be where they're from. And they are visited and being respectful, which I think should be the cause. That should just be standard, right? It shouldn't be something that we look at and have to point out, like, look, they're here and they're respectful and they're happy to be here and they're cleaning up and doing all this other shit. Yeah, because Americans somewhere else act like asses. Act like asses. Look, man, you always supposed to be respectful of the house that you in. Always. If my neighbor comes to my house, I expect him to be respectful. I do. And I will be, in turn, respectful to him because he's a guest. We're in the same country. I don't think those rules change when I jump outside my borders and go to somebody else's country. I'm going to be respectful because I'm in somebody else's house. What I will not do is show my ass. I'm not going to take any shit off of people, but I'm not going to show my ass either. These people have come here from all these other countries into the U.S., and they all being respectful? My word. Having a good time, spending money, throwing coin all over the place. And all they thinking about is, God damn, dude, this is not what I was told it was going to be. I got off the plane thinking one thing, but I sat down and eat and like, these people loving the Waffle House, y'all. The Waffle House? What I know of the Waffle House, and mind you, I've been around a bunch of them. I ain't never stepped foot in that bitch. Because from what I understand, it's a death trap. That's what I understand as an American. The Waffle House is a death trap. You don't go in the Waffle House unless you're ready to fight with the staff. And I've been in Atlanta, other parts of Georgia, Florida, Texas. I don't touch a Waffle House. Passed by a bunch of them, never stopped in one of them. These people coming over here from across the pond stopped into a Waffle House. They in love. Shit, they better not see International House of Pancakes or Roscoe's. If you're in LA, in California, you didn't go to Roscoe's? I'll fuck it up. Shit, if you're in the Bay Area, you didn't stop by Little Skillet? You didn't stop by the Little Skillet? It's chicken and waffles. And now they can always go together. Always. Shit, that'd be good right now. Some chicken and waffles would be the deal right now. So had to sing your sister some pepper sauce. They'll sell it in the north. She out of luck and mail in the sausage though. Look, when we were in Georgia, the last time we were in Georgia, me and my coworker Lucas. Lucas is from Texas, Wichita Falls, Puerto Rican dude. He lives in Wichita Falls. We drove up to Savannah from Kings Bay. So the southern tip of Georgia, we drove up to Savannah to get authentic Puerto Rican pezoles, like patties, so he can bring them back to Texas. That motherfucker bought 2 pounds of that shit. 2 pounds of them. Why? Because they were like his grandmother used to make. And his grandmother passed. We took a 2-hour trip up to Savannah, passing Buc-ee's, to go to Savannah to get these pozoles from this one spot, a Puerto Rican restaurant. Got pool tables, bar, all this shit. To get 2 pounds of frozen pozoles so he could take them with him on the plane to go back to Texas. The power of good food, man. The power of good food. And that's just within the country. Can't even imagine what these motherfuckers going through outside of this country. Tasting the food here. But it makes my heart feel full to see these people here in the country having a good time and challenging the ideas and the lies that they were told about this country. And it makes me wonder, when are the people here in this country going to challenge those ideas themselves? Somebody from the outside can see what you got going on here is something special. Why can't you see it? And who are you listening to telling you that it's not? Who are you really listening to? I'll end this because I'm getting to this other car wash and I'm going to have to get out the car and blow this damn dried shit off my car. But there's another video on Instagram. This brother was sitting outside of Yale, Harvard. I think it was Yale. And he's asking these people that come by about the problems they have with America. And these are college students at one of the most prestigious universities in our country. So somebody is paying a good chunk of money for them to go here and get an education. And they sitting down and talking about this fascism and all the rest of this shit. And then the dude asked them what country would they like to live in. They tell, well, probably this, probably that, okay. And then he pulls out a one-way ticket to this country, paid for. All they have to do is take this ticket and leave and not come back. Straight up. Legit. Pay for you to leave and not come back since you hate it so much. Here's a one-way ticket to leave to the country you selected that you thought was ideal. How many people you thought took that shit? How many? All these well-to-do white and black folks at this prestigious university, supposed to be educated, saying some of the dumbest shit you ever heard. As soon as it was offered to them, what did they choose? Put it in the chat. What do you think they chose? To stay. None of them left. Not a one. After getting to spout all that bullshit that you've heard multitudes of times repeated out of these squawking birds' mouths. They got to repeat all of that shit. They got to get it all off. The ticket is there. It's paid for. All you got to do is take it to the airport and you out. The country of your choice. But not come back. Who took it? Not a one of their asses. Not a one of them. Even the most virulent ones who was all animated with the shit they had to say didn't go nowhere. They stay, oh, well, my family is here and all the rest. Who gives a fuck about that? Bullshit. You don't have the strength of your fucking convictions. You got a head full of bad wiring and a bunch of regurgitated talking points. And that's all you know how to say. Like a jukebox with one song on it when the Fonz rolls in that bitch. As soon as I slap you on the side of the head, you're going to play that one song you know. Fucking stupid asses saying all that dumb shit. Anybody who's been out in the world can tell you no. Anybody who's lived in those other countries that you want to go to, who has come from there, tell you no. That's why I came here. But you still think the place you are is the worst place in the world. I'm still waiting for some of these actors who said, I'll leave here, I'll leave America. You still here, motherfucker. You can act anywhere. You can act anywhere, right? Why are you still here? I think you like saying shit, but you don't like proving it. You do not have the strength of your convictions. Which means they ain't really convictions. You're just saying shit. You're just standing on your mark and reciting your fucking lines. As far as my other culture shit go, I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Canada. Two separate countries. Two separate countries. It was nice to visit. I don't think I would want to live there. But as an American, I know I could travel the world. I can travel this bitch and visit and see what it's like. But I know I had that freedom to do that shit because I'm an American. I do like what I have here. I live in California, one of the most beautiful states. Because I can tell you, after being in New Mexico, I saw enough of New Mexico to know it's too goddamn flat. It would make me crazy. And I know it was making me crazy because as soon as I got off the plane, I wanted to go drive to Bebop some goddamn water. My California sensibilities was being assaulted. I need to see some green. I need to see some water. I'm missing my turn. I need to see some hills, some mountains. There was stuff I was missing, and it never really keyed me in how much I appreciated those things and missed those things until I was in a place that was just brown and flat. Like I told you, it's pretty girls there, But I don't know why the fuck they stay. You need to leave. It ain't. I'm telling you, not trying to be, divisive, but it is not shit here. For real. There is nothing. You the best looking thing in this motherfucker. For 200 miles around. Mm-hmm. It was a struggle. But I like seeing stuff like that. So when I come back to what is mine that I'm comfortable with, that I've grown up around and seen, going up on Nickel Knob in Richmond is an accomplishment. It's beautiful. Being able to stand on top of that hill and look out and see mountains, the bay, San Francisco Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, San Rafael Bridge. See my city that I grew up in, the high school I went to be able to look across the bay and see the buildings I worked on, to see all those variations of height, depth, color. And no, the place that I came from, don't have none of that shit. None of it. It's a beautiful thing. So I applaud them visitors to our country showing up for the World Cup and the World Cup coming here. And all those cities opening up their cities to these teams from these other countries to come in there and hang. Because I would tell you, if it wasn't for the internet and social media, it wouldn't be such a big deal. Because it wouldn't be that many people seeing the shit. You wouldn't be able to reach as many people with two dudes from the UK sitting in a barbecue restaurant about to dig into some ribs with a knife and fork and have them get told, hey, wait a goddamn minute. That's not how we eat ribs, bro. That's not what you do. You don't need a knife and fork. You don't need a knife and fork, man. You pick that shit up put that knife and fork down, pick this shit up with your hand, and bite it. And them motherfuckers was amazed that the meat came off the bone. Amazed. Not joking. That's what I mean with actually seeing somebody's brain blown. That's what it was. Their brain was actually blown. Like, holy shit. It's tender. And it's seasoned. And it came clean off the bone. Yes, nigga. What the fuck is this? Is why we left y'all. That's why we left y'all. I got some dumbass ideas of some shit. Seeing them actually enjoy some cuisine, enjoy people around. And I'm glad they run into some nice people, because there's some shitty Americans too. But I'm glad they run into the nice ones. They want to be friendly, talk, have conversations and shit like that. I'm glad they ran into those. They could have ran into the assholes. The ones we want to get rid of. Could have. And that would change your experience drastically. But I'm glad you run into the nice ones. And thankfully enough, they all over the place. Not just in one area. So they ran into the nice ones all over the place. Cool. Awesome. Oh, hell yeah, Malika. You watched that video. He did have an out-of-body experience. Because I didn't know what the video was. I thought the black dude was just giving a white dude shit. But then I really noticed he was eating ribs and had a knife and fork. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And brother man, it must be his restaurant, because he was like, no, I let it go on too long, but I just want to tell you that's not how you do that. And brother man stepped up and told him, like, nah, put that knife and fork down and you pick it up with your hands. And you just bite it. And them motherfuckers was like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was an out of body experience. They legit had an out of body experience. And the food was good. Shit. Never had barbecue? You mean you don't have fire in meat in your country to where you could just grill it and actually make up some sauce or something to put on top of it? You kidding, right? Maybe y'all not as advanced as y'all think you are. So walked out of MS Maritime, my heart is full and my pockets are empty. Bless America. Now I gotta get some barbecue briskets because artisan fucking fucking lost fuck that weight loss weekend. Man, I want beer. I would love some good barbecue if there was something around me in the V. I don't know of a good barbecue place in Vallejo. I love some good barbecue and a beer. And a beer. I don't usually drink beer. I want a beer today. And I feel like watching some World Cup soccer. I do. Because I know what game is on at 2 o'clock over here. I don't care who it is. I watched the highlights of the Senegal and Iran game, I think it was, and remembered how many of the rules of soccer I remember because, or football, I remember because I played every sport. I didn't play professionally, but I like sports. I'm an athletic person. I like games. I like sports. So I know how to play this shit. I just don't like watching it on TV. Well, I watched the game and I was into it. I said, man, that was a good goal. That was a good goal. He got through that shit. I might want to watch a game to see these people in the stands having a good time and having a feeling of like baseball watching a soccer game. To just share in some of that good vibe. Because I can tell you this about their fans having a good dance time. They happy. They happy supporting their countries. That's what it is. That's the glue that makes it so amazing to us Americans. These motherfuckers showed up to support their countries. To support their countries and appreciating yours. You sitting here miserable about your country because of the shit that people telling you, the lies that people telling you. Got you beaten down about that shit. Somebody else coming here and having a good goddamn time, making you like, hey, well, maybe we're not all that bad. We're not. Never were. But you can get a steady diet of that bullshit in your ear, you'll start believing it too, or you feel just depressed. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of this car and try to wash this bird shit off my vehicle that already got washed. But I appreciate you guys coming through. Nobody donated anything, even though the thing is going to cost a ring. That's wrong for America. This is capitalism, goddammit. Support your interest. There's people that pay more money than you to come all the way over here to have a good time. You got to listen to me bullshit for a little bit. That should have been a good time. And all this barbecue talk is gonna stop because I'm gonna need to get me some meat with some sauce on it. I guess I'm going to a Hawaiian barbecue. That's about the closest thing I can get. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here and wash this vehicle. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Artisan MC or $ Artisan MC on Cash App or Artisan MC on PayPal. And for the rest of y'all who are interested, I will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. on The Hero's Journey so we can talk about Supergirl, Spider-Man, Spider Noir, and some other stuff on my mind. Till then, peace.